Good afternoon, E39 source. Today, I will be installing these gauge rings into my 2001 BMW 540i Sport. Now, I'm not trying to make this car into an M5, but I believe that it would give it a nicer look and a little bit of an updated look. So the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure your steering wheel is completely down and toward you. And you also need to pop up the trim on your radio and/or remove your nav screen. Once you do that, you can start by prying these pieces of trim off right here. The next step is to remove 3 screws on the bottom, one located here, one located here, and one located here. The step after that is to remove another 3 screws from the top, one here, one in the middle, and one in the same place on the other side. And that's what all your screws should look like. Once you do that, you can pop this black trim right out. Once you pop your black trim out, being careful not to snap off these little tabs on the bottom, you're going to find all of your connectors for all of your switches back here. You're going to want to disconnect all of those and remove the black plastic. In order to get them out, I ended up needing to use a small pair of needle nose pliers to pry and grab onto these and basically just pull them out forcefully. Once you take that trim piece out, you will reveal 3 more screws that you need to remove the main unit. Also note that at this time, your lights will automatically turn on and there's nothing you can do about it. So make sure that you act fast in order for your car not to die. Either that, or you can actually leave your car running during the process. This will keep you from killing your battery. So that's what I'm going to do. Once you have the console out, which is very easy, once you basically just pull it toward you and then disconnect all the wires on the back, you simply slide it out through the right-hand side. And this is precisely why we moved our steering wheel the whole way back, so we could do that. The next thing you're going to need to do is get to a flat working environment, get some screwdrivers, pry tools, whatever you have. Alright, to get this apart, it is fairly simple and straightforward, but it'll take you a little while. And be careful. I snapped this little tab, the little end of this tab off right here. It's no big deal. This will stay together, no problem without it. However, just be careful with these things. I actually snapped that off and broke that before I knew exactly what I was doing, before I went and looked at other tutorials and stuff like that. So, what you have to do is you have to turn each of these tabs with a little pair of needle nose pliers until they're straight. And I'm going to try to get a good angle on this. Alright, you can see that they are turned differently than the base of them. Normally, they are turned like that, straight with this base right here. So this piece would be straight with this. You have to turn them to get them out of the back of this right here. They're going to be located one right in the middle, one right here, right there, one right here, and one on each side right here. You're going to need to remove those. Turn those, and then there are going to be tabs on the top and tabs on the bottom that you're going to press in. The only way I was able to get those tabs out, because you really need 3 hands, is I stuck an old key, actually 2 old keys. I don't know where the other set went. Must have fallen on the floor. I stuck 2 old keys right in the top here, underneath these tabs to push them in. Then I pulled out with my hands, obviously one here, one there, and pulled out. And that was the only way I could get this apart. To put your gauge rings in, you are going to need to push them in from the back. Take your time, push on these pieces of plastic right here. Obviously don't push on your markers or anything down here or these or anything. Just push on the blank black plastic and get them in over time. When you're done, your cluster should look like that. Now, we can go ahead and put the backing back onto the cluster, and by doing so we are going to close the cluster up. How you put the backing on is you simply line it up with these, make sure they're still all straight, and then you can go ahead and push it right back in. It's maybe about an hour and a half later now. The installation process only took me roughly, I want to say 20 minutes. All you have to do is do the opposite of everything you did in the past. It's not hard at all. So, here's what they look like. Try to focus in here. Here's what they look like when you turn your halos on. There is a little bit of reflection, as you can see there, and I think that adds to it a little bit. If you have ever been in or driven an M5 at night, you will notice that there's a little bit of reflection for these off of the gauge rings. Thanks for watching. With that said, I will see you in my next E39 source video.